Merry Christmas, all my chickadees! I hope you're having a fantastic day today. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you're having a fantastic winter day, all cozied up with something warm to drink and a nice cover or a stuffy or something. Well, there we go. It has been a crazy month, and I know I've disappeared, but come on, I can't just leave you guys hanging on Christmas. So, today we're going to be diving in with a game demo that I've been excited to get around to. This is called the Willowmist Emporium of Antiques and Curiosity. I haven't seen any gameplay of this yet, but it is by Two and a Half Studios, which we've played other games by them, and they're all fantastic. But this is some kind of a shop simulator, dating game. We're gonna find out. But right off the bat, look how cute this looks. It's so cute. This way to Willowmist. Okay, okay, start. Ooh, train. Oh, there's actually a train going by. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, there's a kitty. Can I pet the kitty? Please select a game difficulty. Cozy and normal do not feature game overs for being unable to pay your bills. Oh no. But hard mode does. Let's pick normal. Oh gosh, I'm really gonna have to work, am I not? Okay. My dearest Sprout. Sprout hardly seems like a fitting nickname anymore, does it? By now, you must be towering over your mother. She always was a short little thing. Don't tell her I called her that, okay? I fear it will make our relationship even worse than it is now, if that's even possible. I digress. My dearest Sprout, it has been far too long since I last saw you. Still a picture in my mind, a toddler with a mess of orange hair who insists on wearing their rain boots on the sunniest of days. Who would remove their smock, unless they get paint on it? Who would turn their nose up at chocolate, but sneak carrots from the fridge when no one was looking? You always had your own way of doing things, my dear. That is precisely why I'm entrusting you with my greatest treasure, my antique store. Well, for the next 3 months, anyway. Aw, we can only do it for 3 months? After a lifetime of living in the city, a bit of country air ought to do you well. Willowmist is special to me, and I think, soon enough, it'll be special to you. It has its quirks, which I'm sure you'll realize quickly, but it has a way of growing on you, or perhaps it's the other way around, like a parasite, or maybe a fungus. Either way, I suspect you'll fit in just fine. I'm only sorry I cannot be there to greet you. Responsibilities pull me away from Willowmist, but you don't have to worry about that. I'm sure you'll hear enough rumors about where I've gone to satisfy your curiosity. Trust me, whatever they say will be nowhere near as interesting as the truth. To find the store, take a left from the train station, then a right when you notice the breeze pick up. Then turn around and walk backwards for 7 steps. Close your eyes and turn around again. You'll find it soon enough. What kind of instructions is that? Take a left, then a right when you notice the breeze picking up. Turn around, walk backwards. Close your eyes, turn around. What? I have an employee there waiting for you. He's not the easiest to get along with, but I doubt anyone could resist your charm. You're much like your aunt in that respect. Take care of the store, Sprout. Take care of yourself, and for heaven's sakes, don't try to sell that vase with a bird on it. It's cursed. With all my love and faith in you, Aunt Sylvie. P.S. If you find Florian napping on the job, make sure to tuck him in. He doesn't get enough sleep, that boy. Ah! That's so cool. You feel a buzz from your pocket. The familiar sensation of a worried mother. The train continues shuddering along on its track in an almost comforting way. Darling, won't you reconsider? It's such a big move. You've always lived nearby. You won't know anyone, so if anything goes wrong, why not stay home? I'm already nearly there, Mom. You worry too much, you know that? Alright, I'll make them turn the train around. Oh, that's a sassy. I'm kind of tempted. I'm nearly there, Mom. Considering I'm on a train in the middle of nowhere, it might be a little late, Mom. As much as I'd love to get on the return train back, I really wouldn't. It took nearly 4 hours to get here. Okay, let me come over here. It took nearly 4 hours? Yeah, I am not turning around and coming right back if it's taken 4 hours to get out here. Nah. I just don't understand why you left so suddenly. Frowny face. Aunt Sylvie needs someone to watch the shop, you know that. I'm sure she has friends there. She also has family, you know. Won't you reconsider? Sorry, Mom. I love you, but I'm looking forward to a few months away from home. New people, fresh air, a real job, maybe a new boyfriend. You've never even worked at a store before, let alone run one. Aunt Sylvie says someone will be there to help out. It's an antique store in a tiny town in the middle of nowhere. I don't think it'll be particularly busy. I swear, you got your stubborn streak straight from my sister. Okay, baby, just stay safe, okay? Don't walk around alone at night. Make sure to lock the doors and call me if anything happens. Damn, there goes my plans. Okay, Bob. I will, Mom. Everything will be fine. Train's about to pull up. I'll text you later. Okay, love you. Love you too. I love the sassy options. I need to start choosing them. Okay. Ooh. Wait, there's an opening song? 2.5 Studios. Wait, do we have an animated opening?
Listen to the voices of the folks that came before. They tell me of the choices and the tasks I
Turn the music down. I don't know if you can hear it, but this is cute.
Every trinket has a tale. Every person has a story that is waiting to unveil. Something in me feels aware that there's this untold magic in the air. I can't shake off this feeling, this sweet mystery. Like all the snowy mountaintops were made alike for me. Every bone in my being is begging to stay. Like all my broken puzzle pieces fall right into place. Like all my broken puzzle pieces fall right into place. No. Right into place. No. And all my broken puzzle pieces fall right into place.
Ah, that was cute. I hope you guys could hear some of it. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, we can pick what we are here. So, oh, type 1. No, I didn't want type 1. Type 2. There we go. Dicky de baby. Do they them? Ah. Last name Marigold, first name Sage. Okay, we're just gonna leave the name Sage. That's kind of cute. Mister. Oh, we're changing the passport. Please write in capital letters. Confirm your first name, pronouns, honorifics, and body type. The air was chilly as you stepped out of the train and onto the platform, if you could even call it that. It seems more like a graveyard than any of the train platforms you ever frequented back in the city. No matter the hour, they would completely packed with people coming and going, rushing for reasons you can never quite understand. For reasons they might never understand either. The platform was completely empty. No one wanted to get on, waited to get on, and you were the only person who got off. Where chatter would usually greet you, all that you heard on this quiet platform in the middle of the countryside was the sound of the wind rustling trees and the chirping a cricket sitting among the weeds. Chirp back! With more effort than you'd be willing to admit, you attempt to chirp back, but found that the sound was actually harder than you expected. More practice would be required. Gathering up your belongings, which you brought only a few of, you quickly found your aunt's letter once again. Left from the station, then right when the wind picks up. I'm not sure what the weather has to do with it. Well, it's supposed to be a pretty small town. I'm sure I'll find it. Hopefully. Oh, this is so cute. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Look at the fruit just everywhere. Wow. From the way your aunt had described the quaint countryside town of Willowmist, you had expected 2 shacks and a farm if you were lucky. Instead, upon taking a left when you exited the station, you found yourself in a town center that was significantly more vast than you first imagined. You smiled as you pulled your suitcase up a small flight of stairs, eyes searching around the beautiful facades and royal landscape. Music drifted out from somewhere unseen. It seemed almost like the sound of change, of newfound freedom. A few people passed you as you continued onward, though for the most part you had the street to yourself. Even that was strangely foreign to you. Where you grew up, there were always people around no matter the hour. You took a deep breath into your lungs. The air was cool and fresh. The scent of flowers drifted towards you as the wind picked up, changing course. So, right now? You glanced to the right and found a street that ran away from the town center. What did she write? Turn around and walk backwards for 7 steps, then close my eyes and turn around again? She could have just sent me the address. With half a chuckle, half sigh, you turned around and began walking backwards, hoping you wouldn't crash into anyone, though the chances of that seemed slim at the time of night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slowly you closed your eyes, removing sight from the equation, then spun back around and opened them back up. And sitting before you was a quaint little store with a green paneling and a sloped roof, and a metal sign hanging above the door. It read, "The Willowmist Emporium of Antiques and Curiosities." There you are. I've been looking for you. You're even prettier than my aunt said. You reached down and searched under the doormat and quickly found the key that your aunt left for you. Its brass surface was marked with blemishes that all seemed to say how loved this building was. The key turned in the lock soundlessly as you pushed the door open. Ooh. Ooh. It's well stocked. Ooh, there's like a suit of armor back there. Goodness. We got a bit of everything. I'm so curious about how like the shop aspect's gonna work. Tables upon tables of antiques and knickknacks greeted you. A dozen different lampshades and chandeliers hung from the ceiling, lighting up the space. Wow. She sure has put together an interesting collection. Is collection the right word? It looks a bit chaotic for that. Potted plants dotted the room, bringing a bit of life to the otherwise still space. Carefully, you put your luggage to the side, cautious of knocking over anything and causing what would be the worst case of dominoes ever. And then you walked through the aisles, if they could be called that, and inspected the store. You never visited Willowmist before, nor seen any photos of it, yet somehow you had a strange sense of familiarity. It made you feel at ease, despite being far away from home for the first time in your life. No, this is cute. You dropped everything to come here. You quit your casual job. They were hardly giving you any hours anyway, only a week ago. You didn't renew your lease. Fortunately, the timing worked out, since it was coming to an end regardless. Friends back home only found out about your temporary move a few days before your train left. Honestly, though, you weren't that close to anyone. It always felt like the friends you kept around you had other friends they would have preferred spending time with. That seemed to happen as you got older. The natural dripping apart of people who you once clung to like your life depended on it. You needed a change. So here you were, in the middle of the countryside town of Willowmist, surrounded by rolling hills and mountain ranges like you've never seen before. If... Hello, cutie pie! Look at him! Okay, he was like one of my favorites. My favorites. Look at him, he's so cute! Oh, and he blinks. Do it again. Jesus Christ. Who the... Whatever the man was carrying in a box a moment ago was now sprawled out all over the floor, dropped in surprise. With mouth agape, he stared at you, still grasping for words. Listen, if you want to rob the store, you could have done it before I got here. Common courtesy and all that. If I was gonna rob a store, it wouldn't be this dump. Hey, my aunt probably put a lot of work into this dump. Oh, look at the anger mark. Wait, forget about that. Why would it be the one robbing the store? I was here first. If anyone was going to be robbing it, it'd be you. I didn't see you when I came in. I was in the storeroom. Can you prove it? Why should I be the one to prove it? You're the one who just waltzed in here. The man sighed, the most tired, exasperated sigh you ever heard, and the eye bags under his eyes seemed to give away who he was. All right. You're Florian, aren't you? Unfortunately. And you must be Sage. The last time I checked, yeah. Why are you here so late? It was the only train coming into town today. Did my aunt tell you I was coming? The same way she tells me anything, vaguely. I didn't even know what you looked like. You nearly gave me a heart attack. Then we're even. God, you're exactly like your aunt. Great. I'll take that as a compliment. You shouldn't. What are you doing here so late, by the way? What? Don't get along with the boss? Okay, what are you doing here so late, bud? She said you needed to take naps. You needed to sleep. What are you doing here so late anyway? Does my aunt really make you work this much overtime? I know. I was just neatening up before you arrived. You just said you didn't know when I was getting here. What can I say? I just have an amazing work ethic or something. You're suspicious as hell, but I respect it. Still, you should get some sleep. You look tired. He does. Look at him. Did she at least tell you about the living accommodations? Nope. She doesn't really give details, as I'm quickly becoming aware of. No shit. She really just left all this crap to me. I ought to quit. God, teacher. What would I do without you? We don't know each other, and we're not friends. You'd be fine. Then how about we be friends? I'm good. You can sleep upstairs, but it's a mess. Sylvia isn't known for her neatness. A mess is fine. I'm sure I'll fit right in. We're a bit of a mess ourselves. Whatever. Get some sleep or don't. I'll be working for a bit longer. Dude, put down the box and go to sleep. Do you need some help? For someone who looks like they don't know what side of a mop to hold, nah. It's the side with the sponge, right? I'm kidding. It's a joke. I know how to use a mop. You've probably been traveling all day. Just sleep. You almost sound like you care. I don't. I guess Sylvie didn't tell you anything about actually running the store either. Nope. She said you'd teach me. Sylvie really did put like everything on Florian. It's like, hey. Like I'm some expert. I just washed the floors. Oop. Fine, I'll try to help you tomorrow afternoon. Sorry, I didn't mean to breathe into the mic. Not in the morning? I don't do mornings. Gather up your luggage. You stare at the suitcase. Not gonna offer to carry my bags? Get some sleep soon, alright? Don't stick around too much longer, alright? Get some sleep. Yeah, sure. Without another glance in your direction, Florian collected his drop box and went back into the storage room. One step at a time, you dragged your suitcase up the stairs and into your new home for the next 3 months. How bad is it? Look at all the plants, though. Your aunt's upstairs apartment felt almost like a continuation of downstairs, like a quilt stitched together with mismatched memories. A half-read book with reading glasses resting atop the pages, set on a worn armchair, tangled yarn as soft as clouds and a bright as spring blooms spilled from a basket. The table was set up and waiting for you, expecting your company. It was almost like time was paused here, in a place where vintage clocks softly ticked in unison, mismatched mugs rested in cozy clusters, and an air smelt ever so faintly of lavender and old books. And that wasn't to mention the abundance of potted plants that filled the room. It was as if a forest had crept in and decided to stay. You placed down your bags and grinned like a child who just found a new secret hiding spot. The weight of the world and all your previous worries seemed to melt away, even just a little bit. This was going to be a fun 3 months. You could already tell. Unpacking could wait for tomorrow. For now, you unzipped your suitcase and pulled out your pajamas, then got changed and settled into bed. The sheets were crisp and white, the pillows fluffed, and the gentle atmosphere of Willowmist slowly began to help you drift off to sleep. As you laid there, surrounded by the scent of linen not your own, you swore for a moment you could feel someone watching you. Florian, is that you, my dude? But then you fell into a deep sleep, none the wiser. Florian. Ooh, Tuesday! Look at our shop. Or actually, this is our room. Oh, we got like a cleanliness scale and an experience scale. Our shop is level 1. Okay. Does it tell us how many days? Because it said 3 months. So would that be 90 days? When your eyes fluttered open the next morning, a small amount of panic settled in your stomach. This wasn't your apartment? Oh, look, it's a little panda. We got a little panda. Nice. Oh, a little red panda. Oh, that matches you, buddy, with that red hair. Right. Willowmist. Aunt's place. Not back home anymore. It'll probably take a while to get used to. You looked out the window where you could see the sunlight cascading in from between the outstretched arms of trees. It still looked to be early, which was good. You wanted a chance to look around the store before Florian got back. Maybe you'd even be able to impress him? That seemed like a big maybe. You weren't sure, but he seemed like the difficult to impress type of guy. Well, you did like a challenge. You quickly dressed, then raided the kitchen for breakfast, which you found half stocked with food. Your aunt left some fresh vegetables and fruits and a few microwavable meals. They'd have to do for now. You'd find the grocery store another day. Hopefully. With a pear half-eaten in your hand, you make your way back downstairs. The store had a different vibe during the day. Yeah, look how bright it is. Oh, look at that angel statue there. And then, wow, we got typewriter and gramophone? Bottles. Oh my goodness, there's so much stuff. I wonder if she left prices for us, okay? Because we don't know how much some of the stuff is worth. The store had a different vibe during the day. It seemed almost whimsical, like the collection of some particular witch who had decided to hoard lampshades was better than herbs. You once again walked between the tables, noting that despite the clutter, everything was dust-free. Florian wasn't lying about cleaning, at the very least. Oh my god, he has so much to clean. Ooh. Walking up to the counter, you notice a distinct lack of technology. There was no computer, no electronic cash register. There was only an old till that seemed to be an antique itself. All the accounts looked to be handwritten in a journal that sat upright in the bookstand next to it. Either your aunt had a fantastic accountant, or was committing tax fraud. Or maybe both. Still, the lack of anything electronic didn't surprise you. Since you were a child, she always wrote you letters rather than email or text. She was a little old school, but that didn't bother you. If anything, receiving a handwritten letter was exciting to you. You didn't know anyone else growing up who got letters, except for people getting bills, but no one liked those letters. You understood that greatly now. Standing behind the counter and looking out towards the shop, you felt an overwhelming sense of purpose. This was your aunt's treasure, and she was leaving it to you. Well, for a few months, but that was besides the point. Alongside that sense of purpose was a small yet persistent reminder of just how insane this was. Dropping everything to move to a town you never even visited because of an aunt you hadn't seen since childhood. It was exciting. Yeah. It was the most exciting choice of your life. Is that a suit of Roman armor over there? I see a crossbow and a sword and guns on the walls and a violin, and is that potted plants on the ceiling too? Okay, Aunt. You needed something like this. A chance to get to know who you really were. Oh, that was a loud knock. It was a knock at the door that pulled you out of the introspection. A very neat, crisp knock, as a knock could be neat and crisp. You could see a tall shadow on the other side of the door, but no details apart from that. Florian? You opened the door wide, curiously peering at the stranger on the other side, who looked you up and down, looking at his watch, then shook his head and walked past you into the store. Oh, hello! Oh my god, look how tall he is. Hello! Well, I, hope you're not about to tell me you're Florian. That would make last night very strange for me. Florian? No, I'm Mr. Westbrook. I apologize if that disappoints. The mysterious man put down his briefcase on the counter, then began pulling out paperwork and pens from within it. Not sure I ever met a man that actually used a briefcase before. I kinda dig it, actually. I suppose I just have to wonder endlessly who exactly you are, then. I do appreciate a mystery as much as the next person, but... Right. It would be unlike Miss Marigold to leave you with any kind of instructions. Yep, he knows our aunt. He quickly pulled a business card out of his pocket. Emmett Finch, independent accountant at Finch Advisory. Oh ho, you know someone important when your name is part of the business. Maybe we ought to rebrand the store to the Sage Emporium. Emmett, and you must be Sage. I'll admit, I've heard very little of you, so we're starting out on equal footing. In short, I'm your aunt's financial partner, her accountant. And now, by extension, yours for the time being. We have a lot to discuss regarding accounts, cash flow, and taxes. Such exciting topics for a Tuesday morning. He watched as he pushed up his glasses and then nodded. I like his little pink stripe in his hair. Just a random little pink stripe. Any time is the perfect time to talk numbers. I appreciate working with someone like-minded in that regard. We were being sarcastic, my dear boy. What experience do you have running a business? I had a lemonade stand once. Oh, plenty. There was one summer where I had a lemonade stand outside my house. Oh, I don't remember paying any taxes on that. Don't tell, alright? Any actual experience? Like with a proper business? Yes. No. Understood. It seems our role will be a little more hands-on than in previous months. I will bill Miss Marigold for the extra time we will need to get you up to speed. That sounds expensive. All good things in life are. Quietly, you watch him shuffle through his paperwork before pulling out one specific sheet of paper. I'll be frank with you, Miss Marigold's accounts are dire. Despite my protest, she makes little effort to remedy that fact. Sometimes I wonder whether she truly desires to own a business or not. Perhaps with you around, we'll see some change. Perhaps we won't. Time will tell. Wow. Thanks for the overwhelming support. With you on my side, I know I'm gonna knock it out of the park. I am supporting you. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here. I am just not in the habit of giving false promises. At the very least, we will aim for Miss Marigold not to return to bankruptcy. Yes, I like that goal. I like that goal a lot. Sounds like a plan to me. I stopped by to have you sign a few forms, though only temporary. I like to keep my affairs in order. Sign here, please. One by one, you signed each and every form Emmett handed you, and boy, there were a lot of forms. Great. My hand's starting to ache. Stay strong, Sage. You can do this. I wonder what this guy's deal is anyway. He must be a local, right? Maybe this would be a good chance to try to make a friend. While you're here, can I ask you a few questions? Be my guest. Have a little extra time before my next appointment. Are you a local? How long have you worked with my aunt? Is there anything fun to do around town when you're not working? Is there much fun to be had around town? Apart from doing taxes, that is. That depends on what you find fun. If you mean themed parks and musicals, then you're out of luck. If you enjoy hiking, dining, or live music, there's plenty of that. I'm down to try new things. I wish you all the luck trying them in your own time. How long have you worked with my aunt? It's been... He digs through his briefcase, nodding as his eyes scan the various documents. A year now, give or take a few weeks. How's it been? Satisfactory. Mrs. Marigold has had her account sorted, and I have been paid, so I believe that counts as a success. And how has she been to work with? Why do you ask? I haven't seen my aunt since I was a child. I was just wondering what she's like these days. She's fine enough to work with. Very memorable. That's all I have to say on that matter. Are you a local? Do you live in Willowmist? Yes, my practice is located close to here. You'll find my address on the business card I gave you. Ooh, maybe we can go visit him. Have you always lived here, or have I happened upon another wayward wanderer like myself? I form my practice here, yes. I mean you personally, not your practice. I don't see how that makes any difference. Emmett looked down at his watch before setting his eyes on the door. I'll stop by in a few days to go over paying your bills and keeping the lights on. Until then, keep your accounting in the journal on the counter, and I will assess it when I return. I'll try my best. Apologies if they're not quite up to standard, but I have Florian here to help me. Hopefully. Actually, are there any good breakfast places around here? My aunt left a few things, but I kill for a nice breakfast while I'm waiting. Well, there's quite a few decent establishments. Well, are you hungry? We could grab a bite and have a mini tour of the town if you're up to it. You killed it, Sage. There's no way he can turn you down now. Emmett adjusts his glasses, his expression impassive. Unfortunately, I have to pass. Sage, you failed. I'm paid for doing accounting, not for eating breakfast and tours. We might be barking up the wrong tree. Have a good day, Mr. Marigold. And just like that, he gathered his briefcase and walked out the front door. The chiming bells, the only reminder he was there in the first place. Oh, look how sad he looks. So cold. Aren't people from countrysides meant to be super welcoming? Meeting Florian and Emmett seemed a little bit harsh. You spun back around the doorway after hearing the bells, but found no one there. Strange. With a shrug, you found yourself turning back towards the store. It would still be a few hours until Florian turned up, so you decided you might as well familiarize yourself with the items around the store while you waited. Why did the bells go off again? You were surprised to find that the couple of hours barely scratched the surface when it came to inspecting the show floor. There was just too much stuff. And forget the amount of stuff, absolutely nothing had a price on it. Even digging through the paperwork at the counter, you couldn't find any notes about inventory. Oh no. Oh no. And why? You were massaging your temples in stress when you heard the door chimes ringing again. Hello? Florian! Hey, buddy! It is Florian. Hi. Wow, he really doesn't want to get sunburnt. I like the get up. Thanks, I don't like the sun. I can see that much. Did you manage to get some sleep? I guess. You're very talkative, baby. Are you gonna ask me how I slept? If I have to. And if I said you did, how did you sleep? You couldn't sound less interested. Funny that. Well, I'll pretend like you actually care then. Surprisingly, I slept really well. The bed was super comfortable. How fascinating. I'm happy for you. Really. With a sigh, you watched Florian drop his satchel bag behind the counter before removing his various mismatched accessories. I don't suppose you worked out how to run the place while I was gone. Do you really think my aunt would make it so easy? She never does. Fine, I'll explain, but I'm only going to do this once. If you don't pay attention, I'm not repeating myself. Even if I say please? What if I say please? I'll ignore you. Pretty please? I'll ignore you even more. We buy things for cheap, then sell them for more. That's pretty much the gist of it. And what? That's all you're gonna tell me? What else is there to tell you? That's how it works. I know how stores run, Florian. Then why am I bothering to explain it to you? You gotta give me more details than that, or I'll run this place into the ground. Guess I do need this job. Fine. Buy stuff, sell it for more. Also keep it clean or no one will want to come in. Right now, we're pretty much out of rubbish to sell, minus a few things I put behind the counter. We're what? I thought you were gonna listen to me. How can we nearly be out of things to sell? There's stuff everywhere. You watched as he looked around the room, then shrugged. They're just your aunt's decoration. What? What? All of that is decoration? Girl, no. I guess. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just help out. That's crazy. How does anyone know what's for sale and what's decoration? I don't know. Dude, you're no help. Fine. It's all just for looks. I can deal with that. How much do I sell things for then? Whatever you want to sell them for. How would I know? I'm not an antique salesman. You better become one quick then if you don't want to go broke. God, what have I gotten myself into? A mess. I wouldn't take on your job if my life depended on it. Just keep track of how much you buy shit for in that journal on the counter. You should be able to eyeball how much things are worth, but you'll probably get better as you go. You can probably just adjust the price later if shit's not selling. Doesn't really matter. Let me see what we've got then. Checking behind the counter, you notice a handful of small knickknacks. They weren't much compared to the rest of your aunt's decorations, but they'd have to do. Aunt, no. No, don't decorate your store like this. It's giving false promises people can't buy. Alright, well, what now? You're the boss. I like the sound of that. Are you gonna call me Boss Sage? If I really have to talk to you, I'll probably just call you Sage. Wow, if you have to talk to me? He just shrugged. Fine, it's probably for the best anyway. You wouldn't want all this power to go to my head. He shrugged again, then found a broom and began to sweep up the already clean floor. There are already few people hanging around outside, like they're waiting to talk to you or something. You're not a celebrity, are you? That's the last thing I could be bothered with. Look at his mouth! Look at him being all... poofing up his cheek. Not the last time I checked. The last time I checked, my Twitter account had 35 followers, and most of them were bots. Probably not a celebrity then. Probably not, no. You walked to the door, then flipped the sign to open. Outside, the afternoon sun filtered down like liquid gold, hitting the cobblestone just right. The trees swayed gently in the light breeze, and the cool air carried a faint scent of pine and distant baking from a kitchen unseen. You breathed in deeply at that air for a moment, and then it felt like an old friend stopping by to visit. Warm, comfortable. Hey, Florian? Florian? Huh? Oh, right. I forgot you were there. Wishful thinking, I guess. I'm gonna speak to you so much you won't be able to forget me next time. Great. Have you ever felt like you're being watched around the store, by the way? Watched? You're watching me right now. Does that count? No, I mean, well, it does, but not in this case. I mean, watched when no one else is around. Not really. Not any more than what is normal, I guess. There's a normal amount of feeling like you're being watched? In this town. Yeah, probably. Huh? I was wondering something, by the way. Did you grow up here? Yeah. Never chose to leave town? Nah, nothing out there worth seeing. Have you ever felt like being stuck in one place is like being in a cage? He paused at that, actually thinking. I guess the cage is pretty comfortable. Oh, baby. I think that's why I came here, really. I wanted to help my aunt, of course, but the winds of change pulled me here. It pulls a lot of people here, I think. Really? Yeah. A lot of people who don't fit in anywhere else. Maybe that's why I'm here then. I doubt it. You look like you'd fit in just fine. Oh, you're muttering. Don't worry about it. Oh, that was a compliment though, and he didn't want to say it loud. You got family? Or you got family other than your aunt, I mean? My mom, but her and my aunt are a little estranged. They haven't spoken in years, and I have no clue why. Huh. Usually people can't resist her. Oh, she's popular like that? What? No, I didn't mean. Do you have a crush on my aunt, Florian? Oh, he's blushing! No! It's not like that, really. I admit she has a pull to her. She's annoying and nosy and probing, but she has a way with people. You can't help but get along with her. You seem a lot like her. That sounds like a pretty big compliment coming from you. What about you, anyway? Does your family live nearby? Maybe. They maybe live nearby? I don't see them anymore. Oh. I'm sorry for prying then. I pried first. Your eyes found the doorway where a young girl, perhaps 14 or 15, stood, eyes on you curiously. You're not Granny Sylvie. Hi. Granny. I can't pretend to... Granny? She's not that old, is she? I don't know. She looks pretty old to me. I'm Sage. Granny Sylvie is my aunt. I'm just helping to run the place for a while. The girl studied you, crossing the room with a strange litheness to her movements. Standing before you like that, she leaned in close. Hi, I'm Vienna. Sometimes people call me Vivi. You look very interesting, you know. I like the way your nose joins your face and your eyebrows are cool. Well, thanks. I like your eyes. Do you have heterochromia or are they contacts? Oh yeah, one is green and one's blue. They've always been this way, ever since they were. Hey, you still sell things, right? Pretty things, cool things? It's my mom's birthday tomorrow. She likes pretty and cool things since she's pretty and cool. Can I buy something for her? Why don't you have a look around and see if anything catches your eye? You have eye catchers here? I'll be careful then. Girl, are you okay? Just like that, she left you standing there, slightly bewildered, while Florian had made his way away from the commotion. When his eyes met you, he gave you a thumbs up and mouthed, "Nice nose." Your hand went to your nose. Really? It was a nice nose. You walked behind the counter, then settled on the stool there while Vienna looked around the store. She examined things very curiously. Her fingers often just hovered over the surface of objects without touching them, as if she was somehow feeling their energy. When she did pick something up, she would turn it around and around in her hands, tilting her head this way and that, to see every single angle. Her mismatched eyes narrowed like she was looking at a difficult puzzle when she was really examining a teapot. She held it up to the sunlight, despite the fact it was opaque, like it would reveal something hidden that no one else had ever noticed. Then she put it back down, not exactly where it had been, but close enough that you don't feel the need to correct her. The strangeness of it all brought a smile to your face. Somehow, after a morning with Emmett and Florian, she was something fresh. Oh, this is interesting. So all of our customers have stories and backgrounds and perks and personalities too. That's really, oh, we got $50. Cool. See, we got $50 now. Found anything? I can give you some suggestions too if you tell me a little about your mom. She's really good at finding things, not just keys or socks, but things you don't know you lost, like hope or patience. Yeah, she's really good at finding things. Oh, she laughs at colors too, bright colors, happy ones. And her hands are always warm. That's interesting. I meant, like, does she like tea? Does she read? I think maybe this. Ooh, a handmade shell necklace. BYO Beach. Oh, we got $7 for that. Cool, I think she'll like this. She likes shells. They're so quiet. I bet it knows how to listen, too. Thanks for your help. You're cool. I barely did anything, but you're welcome. Hey, if you ever need anything else, we'll be here. Thanks. I'll come back again. Maybe another day when the sun is shining. Or maybe not. Great. Hope you get home safely. And hope your mom likes the gift. Vienna waved toward you, then headed out the door with her purchase in her arms. Congrats on your first sale and all that. I hope they're all that exciting. Do you know her? Do I look like I know every single person in town? Honestly, no, you look like someone who would go out of their way not to know everyone in town. I mean, does she stop by the store often? Not that I noticed. Maybe once or twice, but I don't know. I'm usually in the storeroom. I can tell. You look like you need to get some more sunlight, mister. No thanks, I burn easily. They sell things for that, you know. Sunscreen, aloe vera. What do you care? I don't really. My aunt said to look after you. And if I said I've fallen helplessly in love with you? And if I said I fell hopelessly in love with you at first sight? Oh, look! Look at his reaction. What? And that I could get lost in your eyes for hours upon hours. That's complete nonsense. Yeah, it is. I'm just pulling your leg. What? We work together now, and will be for the next 3 months. I'm just looking out for you. Get used to me caring, okay? Yeah, sure, whatever. I didn't ask you to, though. The bell chiming for the second time that afternoon drew you both away from your conversation, and Florian used it as a chance to retreat back into the supposed storeroom. He's like, I'm out of here. Beautiful Sylvie, apple of my eye, belle of my heart, will you do me the greatest honor of... The man before you wore his long, wild hair back in a loose ponytail, and his shirt perhaps one button too far undone, depending on who you asked. He was down on one knee as if about to serenade you with the world's most beautiful poetry. Or ask you to marry him. You are not Sylvie. I see, though I can sense her genes a mile away. You must be Sage. You watched him spring to his feet. He was certainly far more sprightly than he looked, and walked forward to put a hand on your shoulder. I have heard so much about you, and even that is not enough. He reached out to shake your hand smoothly, his energy contagious. I'm sorry, I'd love to return the favor, but you are... so the lovely owner of this store hasn't yet had the chance to mention me. That sounds just like our Sylvie. Quinn Bakerland at your service. Occasional poet, but full-time chef. You and my aunt are... No. You misunderstand. Is she the most beautiful woman to ever grace this town? Yes, of course. Does my heart become a flutter when she walks into the room? Certainly, without a doubt. Do I near fall to my knees each time she speaks my name? That should be obvious. Where was I? Your relationship with my aunt? Right. Yes, we are dear friends. Right. Friends. Well, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Bakerland. Please call me Quinn. Family to Sylvia's family to me. Quinn, then. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but my aunt is actually out of town for the next few months. I'm just here helping while she's away. My heart shatters in a million pieces once more. But that is hardly your fault. I should not ruin such a momentous occasion. I've never met any of Sylvie's family. You must be very special indeed. We're really close despite the odds. To be honest, I haven't seen her since I was tiny. I guess it's special that we're close despite that. From the way she speaks to you, she thinks of you incredibly highly. What did you want my aunt to have the honor of, then? It is most fortuitous. There's no one that could take our lovely Sylvie's place but you, of course. Are you fond of fine meals, beautiful atmospheres, and live music? Yes. Divine! I have a restaurant just off the main street. I've created a new dish. I call it my Crimson Risotto. Roasted beets, rich vegetable broth, a swirl of cream, and topped off with mushrooms. Oh, my mouth salivates at the thought. Please, would you do me the honor of sampling my new dish? Who am I to turn down a meal? Delightful. But I need some time to prepare. Tomorrow night I will astonish you with the finest food in Willowmist or beyond. And before I forget, welcome to the town, Sage. There's no other place like it. You'll be calling it home before you even realize it. Thanks, Quinn. I appreciate the warm welcome. And warmer it will get once you taste my cooking. I must depart immediately to prepare. Please await tomorrow evening with as much anticipation as you would give your birthday. I don't know what kind of accent I gave him, but I tried. I think I was like bordering on Italian. Oh, that was fun though. Okay. With the heartiest laugh you ever heard, Quinn left the store with a grin that nearly went ear to ear. The soft, near evening sunlight drifted through the doorway as he left. Pulling out your phone, you noted the time, 5:03 p.m. Oh, shit. You scrambled to pull up your text where you could see nearly a dozen left by your mother to the tune of, "Did you arrive safely? And oh my god, you're dead?" Sorry, Mom. I'm here. I'm alive. I just totally got up and everything. I'm totally fine. Sage! Dear Lord above, you nearly gave me a heart attack. I was this close to getting on a train there myself. Maybe I should have waited a little longer to text then. Not funny. I know, really, I'm sorry. I'm just glad you're okay, my baby. Totally okay. Met a few new people already, and mostly everyone, is super friendly. The town is beautiful, Mom. You'd loved it. Lots of beautiful scenery to paint. I think, honestly, I barely left the store yet. You know I haven't painted in years. Maybe you just lack the right muse. Anyway, I need to close up the store now. Alright, text me if anything happens, okay? Yes, Mom. Love you. You flip the sign on the door over to close as Florian re-enters the room. We only made $7 today. That's not good. That's not good, because we started with 50. We made $7. You miss all the fun staying holed up in the storeroom. I don't really care. I prefer it that way. So antisocial. Well, I guess I can understand in a way. Well, you do you. I'm gonna go upstairs and start unpacking. You don't have to stick around all night, you know. It's fine. I start late, then I stay late. Why not just start earlier then? I just preferred it this way. It's quieter. Yeah, I mean, if he's working while the store's closed, he don't have to deal with people. I understand. Well, alright. I don't mind, really. Get home safely, okay? Sure. Maybe. Leaving Florian to his work, you head back upstairs. Okay. Alright, we've been playing for about an hour, so I think we're going to wrap it up here for now. What do you guys think about this? Let me know down below if you'd be interested in... How do I save? In seeing more of this. I think it's interesting. I really want to see more of the store aspect. Like, how are we going to have to worry about, like, breaking even or not? So, this is going to be interesting. We only made $7 today, so I'm not... I don't have my hopes too high on us meeting our bills. Alright, my chickadees. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next time. Bye!